All right, so it's Whimpering Waste time again. Um, they keep shutting down that what's that like roguelike thing or whatever you make runs through and you just get a bunch of like modifiers on the way to the end. They keep shutting that down. It's I don't know why that keeps getting replaced, but so no fusion on this team, which is a bummer because this one here is pretty good for fusion. So it doesn't really matter. We'll probably use the fusion team here and then here. I don't have a spectral team, so this one's not going to affect me very much. This is going to affect Cardathea, but I think I can just go without Cardathea anyway. We'll come up with something. Let's see. So no fusion. Again, this kind of sucks, but let's see. We have they finally took off that one that's the burning whatever effect, and now it's all just the specific ones. So I think that's kind of cool. But ignore 20% of target's defense when we flip negative status effects. So Concerto. So up here, I'm gonna put. Yeah, I'm bringing. Yeah, I'm bringing this team. This team is a little overkill for this, especially because we're about to do this. What does this one do? Electro and Arrow. And this one's going to be for what's her name? And then this one's just a fire one. So we're going to put this here. And then down here, we're going to use. Let's see. What am I doing here? I don't even know what I'm doing. Who was the. I forgot who I put with them. I think it's. Well, I'm trying to run. I'm trying to run Augusta with her, but it's not bad. It's just a little wonky. You end up your DPS ends up being higher if you just run it with that. Here we'll run 20% electro damage. When we get a shield, we get this stuff. So yeah, there we go. We're probably gonna need these because we're gonna use two here and two here and two here, but we're not gonna use the same two every single time. The, the, the question is, are we gonna? Oh, I'm about to redo this again. It's annoying. Targets defense and electro damage, and then up here we do you, and you, and down here we do you. Yeah. Just the support that dude dumps into Augusta is so crazy. It's not even funny. Like he gives out 38% heavy attack damage bonus, plus the guns he has on gives her 10% attack, plus his like Resonance 6 gives her 20% extra attack on top of that. Plus his little coordinated attacks also deal some damage. Like it's just dumb. It's crazy how much damage he deals. What's going on? Something's I'm clanking on something here.
Breakpoint blocked. Deviation corrected. Dismantle. Cutting through the.
That was a mistake. I messed up there.
Thus, symphony of life.
I keep forgetting the rotation for this team.
Absolute futility. We wither together. Life or death. No alternate chant.
The rotation for this team is supposed to be Frolova first. Because Frolova gives out a little bit of a damage bonus to what's her name here. Come on. Let's go ult him. He gives a little bit of havoc damage bonus. And then we come back to this. So if my rotations are faster, there's not a whole lot of downtime. Because right now, Frolova's downtime, right? She doesn't have anything to do. This is going terribly. The main thing is to make sure Frolova constantly has something to do. So she needs to constantly be up all the time, so you have to focus on that. I'm telling you, this team with, what's her name? Augusta really is like the best for level with Augusta. But just the fact that they all scale kind of weird here, and the bonuses end up being not too bad. Ends up being what I like about this team anyway. So we might have overkilled that one, I think, but, you know, we'll see. I think, yeah, we might have to, like, reuse some of these later, so the good thing is we can use all the bonuses. So whatever we have left over at the end is what we'll end up using.
Stay behind me. Invincible!
Loading. In war with
Okay.
time.
Silence!
In control.
Fury boils. Burn! Not bad. This is my Roars of conquest!
Whatever this relic is, it's ridiculous. It's like doing so much damage.
For the eternal
Something keeps popping. It's electrical stuff here.
It ends now!
Oath.
This. I think this should flatten out our rotation now. So I think we have outro here. Yep, we have outro. Okay, that's better. That first rotation is always a little awkward because you have to like,
As you wish.
yeah, you have to like get everybody's first. It's like it's better to just get everyone's ult out,
Inferno!
and then now you just kind of you can go through everyone's rotation easier. That's the other thing about that makes what's his name, this guy here, Mortifi, just so much more powerful is that like his rotation is just so fast. Is this the last wave? Yeah, this is also the first like round of whatever. This should be the easiest one. What's going on here? We'll do this.
Ordained. Loading. Astral modulation.
These enemies are getting uppity.
Fury boils. Burn to ashes. As you wish.
There we go.
Conquest begins now.
So obviously that one was the first wave. It's really easy. That would have been so sad if like if I did it and I didn't get the S rank on it. So here we can't use arrow, but I think what we can do here is what? Well, we'll bring fire. Well, we'll just do this one first. Spectro. So since we can't use arrow here, this will make this one easier. So resonance energy up here. We'll have to use I'll use this team because I really like using this team here. And then this one gives me access to Electro, one Ember. Well, this is not too good here. These bonuses are hard to like figure out what I'm doing here. Obviously here we're bringing. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm like. Yeah, I got this. Okay, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, we'll bring you, and you. I like this team because there's just all fire, and everybody's just constantly throwing out DPS. So I'm sure, like Farina or somebody, like another healer, would still be better at the end of the day. But I don't really care enough. I recently got Bu Ling, and she's been kind of fun to use. There she is. But I don't. Like I'm not so good with her. Like her rotations aren't at the speed I'd like them to be, and you don't really have a lot of downtime in Whimpering Wastes. So let's just see what we got here.
Leave it to me. Loading.
I'm wasting time.
Join me in accompaniment. Absolute futility.
By my side.
Worry not. We with symphony of life. Loading.
Man, these rotations are not going the way I want them to. Okay, there we go.
Life or death, no alternative. Witness. Blossoms in wilt.
Conquest begins now.
I hate when the camera, like I don't know why the camera in Whimpering Waste is just terrible. I don't know like why it does this. gonna have to use this. You have to use the ult as soon as possible because for Lova's little it's not a big bonus, but her because half of her outro skill is half havoc and half and half what's it called,
Oath.
heavy attack damage bonus. So you kind of have to like it runs out really quickly too. So you really have to like be on top of your game there.
Stay calm.
And we'll ult here. There we go. Okay, so our timing is getting good here.
Ensemble. Symphony of life. Thus heed the echoes.
And then we do this.
Chant.
Yeah. What I like about this, you can quick swap, and her ult will always be up in time because her ult only comes up when she finishes her like her little heavy attack, whatever, enhanced heavy attack thing. When she goes into this state, basically, that will always fill up her concerto energy. So then you swap into Frolova, Augusta, and you never waste the buffs because sometimes like if you're quick swapping, depending on the character, sometimes when you quick swap, the outro skill is up, and you quick swap and do like one or two things, then you come back before dumping the entire rotation, right? So just with her, it's just easier. That's why I like the team so much.
Into the spotlight. Burn to ashes. Testing out. Inferno. Burn.
Wrong character. Oops.
Together we hold.
Let's do this.
My blade yearns. Mind's eye. My blade yearns. Be reduced
Alt.
to cinders.
And then I'll do this again, and then we get this. And then do this. Hopefully everybody has the right weapons on. Nobody uses Lupa's weapon except for Lupa. Sometimes, I mean, I used to have Kalchara using it,
Fury boy.
but yeah, I've recently there's no reason to have him because he uses, now he uses what's her name's weapon, Chisa's weapon. So Chisa's the one I have to like constantly be on the lookout to make sure I have the right weapon on her. What are you doing that? Oh, I think it might be because I'm used to using I'm used to using him with what's her name? Augusta. So her ult, like it's always up to swap into Augusta after I'm done with what's his name?
Together we vanish. Perish in flames. My blade yearns. Be reduced
Ah, I'm dumb.
to cinders.
I pressed the trigger too early.
Fury boy.
There's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but the problem is
Testing out. Burn to ashes.
obviously I canceled out the animation, the ult. I canceled out the heavy attack thing, whatever. But we still ended up being maxing this out, so that's good. So this middle one here is now I have leftovers. So I have to do. So here I'm bringing you, and you. Yeah, okay, yeah, this is better. Okay, I know what I'm doing. Okay, this, and then this. And then we're bringing up here, we're bringing this, and then down here we're bringing this, and that covers everything. Okay, full coverage. Getting Chisa and finishing up Frolova has been like the best like rounding out because now I have enough teams to cover just about everything without having to like struggle through it.
Such is that blessing. Lifeline.
That was the wrong move to make.
Do keep up. Blink. Flicker it into form. Click. Down to the micron. This ends here. Breakpoint locked. Break apart. A pivotal moment. Dismantle it. Connection. Do keep up. Symphony of life. Chant.
So the fact that we did the last one in the whatever means that the rest of this one should be relatively easy.
True form revealed at last. Sentence before.
As you can see, we're not doing a whole lot of damage in her. Like, I don't like transferring over to this form unless I'm fighting a boss where I can guarantee that the stacks will stay. Because you kill them so quickly, we lose the arrow stacks, because the arrow stacks are on the guys that die, right?
To pieces. Fracture. Mark. Flicker into form. A symphony of life. We with wares. Rejoicing.
And then
Witness.
we ult,
Blossoms
and
in
then we
bloom.
swap over to Chisa.
Pluck.
We ult with Chisa.
Deconstructed.
Man, this rotation is fantastic. I'm like really enjoying this team.
Structural collapse. Cutting through the numbers. Collapse. Such is that lesson. Oceans.
I don't know if we're gonna make it. Let's see. Oh, we did. Okay. Even if we didn't, I still had the Frolova like meteor nuke, so swapping back into Frolova would have done. Well, it doesn't. It won't do it now. So that was kind of. I was like, I was waiting for the timer to go down to see like, okay, when do I use that? When do I use that? And then eventually, I was gonna use it, but I just wasn't sure if Cartithia could do it on her own, but she could. Out of that Frolova Cartithia team with Chisa. Obviously, the main issue is just making sure I have enough merges on Cartithia that she can sustain her own stack output. Against the bosses, it's not bad because Chisa lets you go up to 6, and with 6 stacks on a boss, and little Cartithia form can put a 6 stacks on the boss of her arrow erosion, and those 6 stacks will last her entire liberation form, her big form. That's the main thing. You just need those stacks to be there during her liberation form, to last during her liberation form, so that first of all, the weapon damage multiplier thing is applied, as well as a lot of your bonuses come from having that on them, so you get more damage on them. So that's like the main thing. The team is a little iffy here in Whimpering Waste just because of that. They just die so fast that it's like.
Burn to ashes. Inferno.
Sever.
I keep forgetting I don't actually need to get what's his name. I don't need to get Mortifi's outro skill. I mean, you kind of do because you want the extra little attack that Lupa does, but I'm not sure how much damage that actually does. It might not be worth it in the long run, like the amount of cost of rotation it takes to get that.
Fury boil.
I think I messed something up there. Basically, in this team, all you want to do with him is get in and do his ult. Like, his ult is the main thing he does. The reason his ult is really good, obviously, is because of the 20% attack bonus, but the other reason is because Chang Li as well as Lupa do so many what's it called, resonance skills, and the ult that he does. So basically, Lupa, her ult and her weapon boost fire and ult damage, which boosts Mortifi's ult, his coordinated attacks. Again, they don't do that much damage, but when they're boosted by a fire damage bonus and an ultimate damage bonus or whatever, liberation damage bonus, they do a little bit, they do pretty good damage. But that kind of stacks with the fact that, again, whenever you do resonance skills while the little, while his liberation is active, while his coordinated state is active, they give out, it does 2, it fires 2 off instead, because one of his resonance abilities or whatever. Resonance change or whatever, so it fires 2 off instead. So basically, you just want to like farm that with these. So you're already going to do a bunch of resonance skills anyways with these 2 characters. So I may as well make the most out of it, right? Resonance. So the question is, for obviously, the fire team is almost always like just a staple when I do this. That Lupa team. The only thing with the Lupa team is I would really like to replace Mortefi. But right now it's like, who do I like? First of all, I don't have anyone to replace him with now, but it's like, who do I pull to replace him? I'm still kind of debating that. I like the fact that it's 3 attackers. I like how easily the rotation works and all that stuff, but you know, otherwise, whatever. So the question here is, do I run? I really am liking the what's it called? I'm liking this team here, but I also like this team. If I do this, we get arrow and electric. Whenever we get a shield, we get some kind of thing that an AoE attack. But I also like the 20% defense shred. It's like ridiculous. We get 20% from this. The Havoc Bane gives us another like 36% or whatever, and then Chisa gives us another like 15%. And then Frolova's weapon, as well as Cardathia's weapon, both give you 10%. Like, that's ridiculous. We just got so much like defense shred on this. Like I said, I do miss this team. Oh, come on. I do miss this team. So I think I'm going to do this, which means I have to swap over to this. And then down here, like this Lupa, the investment I put into Lupa is ridiculous. Like it is paid off like 1,000-fold. I am interested. I might do this now. I don't know. Let's go take a look at her. She buffs resonant skill damage, so mainly that's going to be for Chang Li. Lupa doesn't do a lot. Her main thing is liberation damage, so this buff that she gives is almost useless. But she's just a lot of fun to use. Having this skill set up, but like she gives out less attack because here's the thing. Let's go look at this. She gives out 10% attack because of this echo, and then the echo skill set gives out 15, so 25% attack. If we look at what's the name? Where is he? If we look at Mortefi, he gives out let's see, he gives out 20% attack from the skill set, another 20% from this resonance skill here, or whatever, resonance chain. So he's already giving out 40% attack, you know, basically. Now, if you get his outro skill, which again, we don't want to prioritize it, but if you do, every so often, you will get it. It's another 10% attack. That's 50% attack that he's just giving out to you know, whoever. And that's not including his echo, his coordinated attacks and all that stuff, his own personal damage, and when you do his resonance skills and all that. Anyway, the point being is he just does a lot more. Even if his outro skill isn't super useful, just him being there does a lot already. Not to mention, Lupa gains bonuses based off of. I'm not gonna look for it because I can't be asked. I have no idea where it is. Somewhere in here in this convoluted mess of stuff. Oh, there it is. I found it here. If there are 3 fire fusion resonators on the team, the fusion damage bonus, whatever, increases by an additional 10%. So, and that's another one, just having a fire unit. So, you know, I'm just gonna keep them like that. But yeah, I've been kind of enjoying Booling. Again, her rotations are a little weird, having to mix the 2 catalysts or whatever, and then like get the right. It's a little overly convoluted. But not only that, but you also have to get her to you have to kind of get her to max resonance to get the full benefit out of her. Like once she gets that 50% bonus. Once she gets that 50% bonus on her resonance skill damage bonus, whatever, that's when it's like she outpaces a lot of other ones, especially for like Carlotta and other other. Yeah, this is sloppy rotations. I haven't used this team in a while. I've been using her with Carlotta, or not Carlotta, Cardathia. And with Cardathia, her rotations are a little simpler because you just kind of stay on her a lot and just finish her rotations as soon as possible. I can't see. Why does the camera pull in so much? And then this is the other thing I keep forgetting. Like I spend too much time hanging out on Augusta that I forget that like Frolova's heavy attack damage bonus wears off. Come on. Yeah, this could take some practice. Like I said, I've been out of practice with this team for a while.
We wither together.
Basically, in this team, Augusta, all she does is fill in these gaps. So
Thus,
normally, when you would be like dash canceling her resonance skills or whatever,
symphony of life.
you're just filling that space up with Augusta. That's all. That's the only
Witness
difference.
blossoms in wilt.
Conquest begins now.
I'm just gonna ult here because it's better to pop it sooner rather than later. I'm already running out of time anyway.
My valor
These guys are gonna soak up a bunch of damage.
moment of victory.
We'll get
Vow
this.
from the soul. Loading.
We'll do
Astral
this.
regulation. Give her
Then we'll nuke them.
the symphony of life.
All right, let's see how we did. I think if what are you supposed to get, like 3,000 at least, almost 3,000. Let's see how the fire team does. The fire team usually outpaces like there's like as even though I have Frolova, like Frolova might be better if you have her in like the teams that she's supposed to be in. A lot of times this fire team just casually outpaces them. It's ridiculous. Yeah, so her liberation damage bonus, I'm assuming with any luck, hopefully boosts his damage a little bit, like his coordinated attacks or whatever, because I mean theoretically they should be liberation damage bonus, but maybe they're not. I'm notoriously bad at knowing telling the difference there.
Beckon the divine flame. Applaud for me. With me.
An ult here.
Victory.
Man, like my build for Lupa has gone like a lot better. Like every time I switch over to her, her ult is like up.
Silence.
I just that's a product of having more energy regen.
As you wish.
Together we vanish. Here is the blaze.
My blade yearns. Who's the caged bird now?
Get this, which is good. Yeah, and they usually they like rarely hit you in this mode, or even if they do hit you, it's like for some reason the damage here is a lot reduced compared to like TOA, you know?
Burn to ash.
'Cause in TOA, like everything, well, not everything one shots you, but you take a lot of damage in TOA.
Not bad, huh?
Together
Let me
we
do this.
vanish.
Beckon
this.
the divine flame.
Yeah, and not to mention the thing is is like so quick or whatever. Oh, we might lose this here. Not lose. What I mean is like this team might not outperform for Lola this time.
Fury boils. Silence. Inferno. Sever.
Ah, I barely didn't make it. It was mainly just a rotation thing. 56. So yeah, we're getting a lot better. All the builds, not only that, but all the builds have been updated. Like everybody's build has been improved way before, not way before, but way better than last time. So I guess we'll take a look at some of these builds real quick, just so you guys can see where the channel is at. I might do like another. I don't know. I probably went 3.0 hits. I might do like a channel overview to see kind of how far we've come from having played this. I think we're at the 6-month mark. I don't remember when I started making videos again. Oh, let's get out of here. But yeah, let's see. So I was using this team.
I have experiments underway.
Let me.
Make this
We're not gonna look at her because I haven't been investing as much into her. But Mortifi, this is where he's at. Just as much crit damage as possible. Well, the main thing you want is energy regen. So his ult is always up. So every piece has energy regen on it, except for this one, I guess. I messed up there. And then the second stat is you want crit rate because her, or his Empyrean Anthem here, you need to land critical hits. Let's see. Yeah, this increases coordinated damage by 80%, and then on this another 40%. And then every time you get a critical hit, you give the whoever's the active resonator 20% attack bonus. Because he launches two and whatever, the chances of him critting are really high. So like I could replace pieces to get his crit rate even higher, but right now I like the 80%. And the fact that he has a decent amount of crit damage is pretty good too. So that's kind of where he's at right now. Again, this is your weapon. They haven't changed. His build hasn't changed very much. Maybe I can do. I could probably upgrade this, just to get a little bit extra damage. Maybe this too. I mean, everybody can use those upgrades, but it's like whether it's worth the squeeze there. This is my Chisa. I'm actually kind of proud of this build. It's like ridiculous. 93% crit chance with that much crit damage is like nonsensical. Obviously, we've got our weapon. Yeah, +4, basically 4 on everything, I think, except for this one and these here. But just damage everywhere. The one thing I would want more of is more energy regen, but it's not that big a deal. Her ult gets off as much as I need it to get off, so there's really no, there's no rush to get it. And I'm actually running low on like upgraded materials anyway. So let's go take a look at like, go away. 63. You know what I mean? I'm like almost tapped out. So I just got to save that stuff for any new resonators that are coming out. I'm going to start saving more just because everybody's builds have like, oh my gosh, I'm kind of just satisfied with where everybody's builds are right now. 93 for 275, 272. Again, the energy regen is kind of low and the attack is kind of low, but that's fine. My Augusta, she's pretty solid. Her own weapon here. When Augusta comes back, I'd like to get her first resonance thing here. Getting this makes it so that she gets this Crown of Wills stack thing, and where is it? Somewhere in her kit, I think this Crown of Wills gives her 20%. Yeah, so basically, well, you want to get her to S2. Every stack of whatever this Crown of Wills, because you unlock this and it gives you this Crown of Wills bonus, which is stacks up to 2 times, so it's 30% crit damage. Max stacks is increased to 2, right? So now I think it used to be 1. When you get this, it goes up to 2, and you get 15% crit damage for each one. This doesn't really matter. This is whatever. The important thing is this, because this now gives you, at 2 stacks, gives you 40% extra crit chance, and now any crit chance goes over 100 gives you crit damage. So it's just ridiculous. But it takes 2 whatevers to get her, so keep that in mind. Anyway, eventually that's kind of the game plan. So I like her build the way it is, 80%. I'd like to get it a little higher, but that's going to take a little more investment, which I don't have right now. So crit rate here, crit rate, everything has crit rate on it. It's like the main thing I wanted to get. So this is as high as I can get her on crit rate now. To get her at a higher crit rate, I'd have to start rolling better. So this is a 6. The highest you can get is like a 10% crit rate. So these are kind of like on a bit on the low end. 7 is kind of middling, maybe 8-ish is kind of middling, but yeah. So, but as you can see, a lot of these pieces have everything I want in them. The 2 main stats are crit rate, right? Crit chance and crit damage, and then you can either get attack, heavy damage bonus, and those are the main things. Just attack or heavy attack bonus or whatever. And then who else? Like Furlova is actually fantastic right now. 70% crit chance with 250. When her passive, when all her stacks get stacked up, she hits like 90% crit chance and then like 350% crit damage. It's ridiculous. This could obviously use more crit damage. This is actually kind of fantastic. It could use attack, but it's like I'm not going to complain about that. This is obviously fantastic. Crit chance, crit damage, everything you need. Yeah, attacking resonance skill. This one obviously has everything, all the damage stuff, except for attack percentage, but whatever. So yeah, all these fantastic, except for this, and I just have to grind this out. What else? Lupa's looking pretty good too. 74 for 270. And then her energy regen is like I said, every time I swap to her, she has her ult up, which is good. Some of these pieces are pretty fantastic. Just a lot of luck here. Energy regen here. And she has really good crit rolls on a lot of that stuff. With Cardathia, I've been having some trouble. These have been super obstinate to give me anything good. As you can see, all I get are crit chance and crit rate. But these have been pretty good. Both crit rate and crit damage, plus an extra one. So this is basic attack. This one's basic attack. And this one's HP. Probably HP. Like these would probably be better with HP, which I think I might have actually. I have this, so this could replace this one. So I think I'm just gonna swap this. Yeah, because HP scales all your damage, where basic attack, obviously just does your basic attack. So I think HP is probably the best way to go there. But I lose a little bit of crit chance, so I'm at 70. But yeah, so that's where she's at.
I alone.
Carlotta, we didn't use Carlotta. Shorekeeper is kind of the same. She's just as much energy regen as you can get, and then crit damage.
Plan with
Obviously,
conviction.
her, because I have her second resonance chain, I can run her with a little bit less crit chance. So she's at 64, plus her resonance chain thing gets her up to 80, like 90, right? Almost 90, like 89, right? Which is pretty good for that amount of crit damage that I have on her. Her stats are as follows. Got a lot of pretty good pieces. This one's fantastic. It's got everything she needs. This one's got energy regen, which isn't bad, but you want more fun stats like crit chance, crit damage, and all that kind of stuff, or attack percentage, or whatever. You know what I mean? And then obviously she's running this weapon. I'm kind of tempted to just merge in. I have a third copy of this, but it's on Rover right now. I'm kind of tempted to just toss it in there because when you do this, what does it go up to? It boosts you. You get more regen, which is good for her to ult more. 9% stacking 2 times. So you get 18% attack bonus. It's not bad. Who else did I use? That was everybody. So yeah, those are the builds. Those are the units I've been kind of focusing on mainly. Is Chisa, Frolova, Chisa, Augusta, Frolova, Lupa, Cardathia, and Changli. So anyway, like I said, that was just kind of padding at the end. For anybody who's curious about where the builds are, and I'll do like a counter review at some point. So yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.